Hey guys, it's Ash with TGG Gaming. We are here at the first Star Charity Tournament of 2022. Who do we have here?
Hey everybody, I'm Michael White.
And what did you do today?
I got top 4 in the tournament.
Woo!
Yep.
You want to do any shout-outs before we get into the deck profile?
Yeah, so first off, shout out to my team, Midwest Gaming. I'd also like to make a shout out to Jerome here for borrowing me the Small Worlds and also running this amazing event. As always, it's for a great cause. If you're ever in the Minnesota area during this or thinking about trying to travel, it's a great cash tournament to help really, really good causes. So this one was in memoriam and also in charity of Travis Newman, who recently passed away. So and he was a friend of mine. So yeah. But, yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, let's get right into the deck profile and we'll have the questions along the way.
Sounds good. So I played Prank Kids. You might have seen another deck list of mine. I tried a little bit different of a build today. I will not be playing this build going forward, so I do want to make this disclaimer that this is definitely going to be edited. But for the Prank Kids, I played a somewhat standard lineup. I guess I can't really say it's standard anymore, but three of each of the Fire, Water, and Wind, and then 2 of the Roxy's. I played 45 cards, so I did decide to cut down from my previous list because I didn't want to play the DP engine. I just wanted to try a tournament without it. It worked okay, but I definitely missed the card throughout the entire event. For additional names, I also played 3 Small World, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, but it's a really great card. So that was kind of the additional names. For the additional Prank Kid cards, though, I played 1 Thunder Dragon Fusion as a target for Verte. This card is just insane. It allows you to make so many plays, and it also allows you to main deck Nibiru, which is really strong if you have Nibiru plus Battle Butler. It's really, really hard to lose with that field, unless your opponent opens Insane. I played 2 Pandemonium and 1 Place, just as, 2 extenders as well as part of your combo, and then 1 Pranks. So, for the Brave Token Engine, I played Foolish, then 1 of the Equip, 1 Wandering, and 1 Fateful. I also played the 3 Rights and 3 Enchantress, just pretty standard. I chose to cut Call by the Grave for this, kind of last minute, just because I've been wanting to test it, just without Call by for a little bit. I only played this once today. I only saw it once, and it was fine. It did the job. I also played Instant Fusion, pretty standard. Then, for additional names and to add consistency to the deck, I played 3 Small World. This card is absolutely necessary for this deck because there's no cost. So if they ash you, you're not losing. You can also use this to play around Droll pretty well. Based on what you're searching, so you can adjust your searches if you know that you have to play around Droll, or you want to force them to play Droll. It works pretty well. For the hand traps, I played 15 going second cards, so I played 3 Nibiru, 3 Ogre, 3 Ash, 3 Droll, this card's insane right now, and 3 Droplet. This lineup worked really, really well. I was really debating on the Droll being cut or in the side deck and putting Bells in the main deck, but this card won me so many matches today. It just blew people out of the water. It's so good against the Brave engine, especially if they're going first, because then they're either forced to equip the equip spell, so then they lose a resource if you're able to get rid of it, and it just kind of puts them on a little bit of a restriction that's pretty nice. Alright. Yeah, so that's the main deck, 45 cards. I definitely am going to be editing this for future regionals and tournaments. I think that DP just is too good in this deck. It adds so much extra consistency, and Dasher to summon cards out to allow you to extend, plus the Celestial draws, and there are so many times, I lost to Joe Dietrich, and I lost because I didn't play DP game 1. It would have been a much more back and forth match. I'm not sure if I would have won the game, but I wasn't able to stay in the game because I didn't have it, so yeah. For the extra deck, move to that. I played 1 Link Spider. I've been debating on upping this to 2, and I definitely think I'm going to after this. I tried running Super Poly today, and this card just wasn't it.
Wasn't it?
No. So definitely going to up this to 2 in the future. Then I played, for rank 2, sorry about that, 1 Verte. I played 2 Doodle and 1 Bow Wow, so I cut down on my numbers for this a little bit. and this worked fine. There wasn't really anything that I would have changed about this. When I was playing 3-Doodle before, I very rarely needed the third, so for this event it was fine. If I was playing at a bigger event, like a longer event, I definitely would consider upping this back to 3 just for consistency in running into those grind games, but that was fine for them. I also played Nightmare Phoenix. I only made this once, and it got impermanenced, and Unicorn. For the targets, and Axis Scope, sorry, pretty standard. For my Super Poly targets, I played one of Predaplant, one Mud Dragon, and one Guilty Gearfried. Once again, I think I had the wrong targets, and this is just the wrong card to play in this deck. So I would side this specifically for the mirror, just because Super Poly is insane in the mirror, and then you don't have to play anything special in your extra deck. So going forward, I still might side this, but only for the mirror match.
Feel it. Guilty Gearfried's nice for the Baron DPE.
Yeah, so. Yep. It's a pretty nice card. I didn't get to summon any of them, so unfortunately I can't really give a review of how they performed. And then finally, for the pranks, I just played one Rocket Ride, one Weather Washer, and one Battle Butler. Definitely wanted another one of this. I was able to, in my top 8 match, put it back with Bow Wow, so I had another turn, I could use it again, but there were a few times today where I did definitely want a second one, so I would up this to 2 and Link Spider to 2 and probably cut these 3, and then put in the DP, so that's probably going to be what my extra deck is going forward, but we'll see.
Nice.
Lots of testing this week. And then finally, for the side deck, 3 Super Volley, which I've talked about, 2 Cosmic Cyclone, and 1 Red Reboot for kind of back row. And then if I'm playing against a Scythe player that either makes misplays or something like that, game 1, then I might side this in. Going to the second, just take advantage of inexperience, I guess. 3 evenly matched for Flunders and for anything else that I run into. This card is terrible in pranks. I didn't realize going into this tournament, and it makes me a bad player, that this prevents you from using Lampseas. So I played against a DDD player where I Dark Rolled his entire field, I normal summoned Lampseas, and I couldn't use the effect to summon because I can't burn him. I ended up still winning the match and winning that game specifically, but not going to side that in here. And then finally, a card that is really good that I really enjoyed today was Different Dimension Ground. With pile decks and so many like PK decks and even the mirror match, this card is just slightly better in my opinion than Judgment, because I was testing a lot and Judgment kept getting basically being forced by Right or the adventure token stuff. So I wanted something that could respond to it and also just do well in general. And this card did amazing. I would highly recommend siding this to anybody who is trying to figure out what going first cards they want.
Nice.
And that's it for the profile.
Julio, well, congrats on the top 4.
Thank you.
We'll see you on the channel in the near future.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yep.